Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Firebird's Morning News. Today is March 16th of 2022. I'm David Chabansky.
And I'm Santino DeRose.
And we have a lot to get to on this very sunny Wednesday morning, also the day before kind of spring break one, if you will.
Very excited for spring break. I mean, it's going to be a long one. Won't be back till Tuesday. I'm pretty excited, Dave.
All right, almost a week. We're getting there. All right, so as always, we like to start off with kind of big story. And today, it's the hockey game tonight. Near Malvern at Ice Line. Holy Ghost taking on Malvern. Going to try to get some revenge tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I know the last game was at Ice Line that we played Malvern in the playoffs, of the APAC playoffs. They lost 3-1, did Holy Ghost. But
it was really cool. There was a lot of us that were able to storm that arena, and I think if we do it again, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was, like I said, 3-1 last time. The game was decided within like the last 2 or 3 minutes, so it was really close. Come on out. There is a fan bus. You can talk to Mr. Conlon. There may still be some more time to get on the bus. There may still be some more space, so you can contact him. It's about an hour drive or so, but hopefully everyone can come out. There's a cafe 2 above the arena, so that's something to keep in mind. All right, Santino, are you ready for our next thing to talk about?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so let's welcome in 2 of our Mun guys. We have Matt Squared, everybody.
Squared. For everyone that doesn't get it, they're both named Matt.
Thank you, Santino. All right, so we have Matt McGill and Matt McGinn, who are both part of our Model UN team here at Holy Ghost, which is managed by Profe, one of our producers. So talk to us a little bit about your upcoming adventure.
Yeah, so this Friday, the Model UN team is going to be going to New York to participate in the National High School Model UN competition. And it's been 2 years since we were there last. Last time we were there, COVID hit actually a week after and shut everything down, but we're excited to be returning with 19 delegates and Profe and Father Dan.
Hat-trick Dan over there, recurring guest.
To talk about what we do there, we obviously it's Model UN, so you emulate what the United Nations does in New York City every single day. So you do special committees, special agencies, specific meetings. And so if you're really interested in things like world affairs or just meeting new people, Model UN is the thing for you. And we're really excited to represent Holy Ghost in New York this coming weekend.
Oh, that's awesome, guys.
Yeah, I really can't wait to hear about the results. So thanks, guys, so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Matt Squared, everybody. Thank you.
Squared.
All right, so next up, this is our first sponsored episode here today. The Holy Ghost Prep Historical Society. Mr. Eckerly, Brandon Fay, going to join us in just a little bit. Here's a little kind of blurb or excerpt about the club if you're a little curious. The Holy Ghost Historical Society is a club for anyone with an interest in history. As part of our activities, we compile different exhibits in the library, such as the ones that can be seen now. There's some exhibits in display in the middle of the library. They also embark on service trips to historical sites, such as Washington's Crossing Park in December. I believe there was a post on Instagram about that recently. And host guest speakers to talk about their experiences as veterans and hold student-led seminars on a variety of fascinating topics, including the Wild West, pirates, and even Holy Ghost history. The Society always welcomes new members with fresh ideas, and if you are interested in joining, please contact our moderator, Mr. Eckerly. And it's perfect timing. Mr. Eckerly going to join us, everybody.
Mr. Eckerly.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
How are you, Mr. Eckerly?
Well, we're a little delayed this morning, but these are the times that try men's souls. And I am no summer soldier or sunshine patriot, Chapansky and D. Rose, that's for sure.
Well, when we were thinking about guests for this week, Mr. Eckerly is probably one of the most energetic teachers here on campus.
One of the most dripping teachers around, that's for sure. Yeah.
And always has some funny stuff and also some great props to show us. So you have some things here, I believe, do you?
Well, yeah.
I think you do. Yeah, this on the front desk here.
Our
All right.
3D Mount Rushmore still have a few for sale for $5 a piece to support the aforementioned HTP Historical Society. So come and get them from my classroom if you want to, or from Pimble. The junior can sell them to you as well.
All
Michael
right.
Pimble?
Yeah, Pimble.
Oh, I love Michael Pimble.
Oh, who doesn't love Michael Pimble? He is absolutely like drawing.
All right, so talk to us a little bit about the Holy Ghost Historical Society and how it kind of came to be about.
Well, I'll take all the credit but none of the blame, as I like to do. Those guys came to me, and they just want to do stuff. They love history that much, and it's nice to find people that love history maybe as much, if not more, than I do. So they came to me with a leadership group and said, can we do this? Can we do that? Well, if it's doable, let's do it and let's try it. They do the display cases. They honor the veterans on Veterans Day. They came up with some pins. I have all my bling bling that I'm wearing today. Pearl Harbor pins. They're translating stuff for a historical place in Cheltenham. I think Mr. Fay might talk about that a little bit later on. They just love to do things. They're not the only ones that do historical things around here. We also have a Rho Kappa HCP Honor Society for our social studies department. They're going to the Union League on March 22nd to hear how the West is under attack is the nature of the speech down at the Union League, and enjoy their fine hospitality. So we're staying very busy in the department, that's for sure.
What has been your favorite moment so far of the Historical Society? Favorite event that you can talk about?
Well, so many of them, but I think the Pearl Harbor pins turned out really well. They sold well. They were fantastically designed and nicely marketed, and it honors such a iconic and important event to remember. So our timing was good on that one. But there are so many to name.
All right.
I actually think the Pearl Harbor pins were really cool. I remember getting mine, and I still have it with me. I'm not wearing it, obviously, but I know I'm going to wear it next year when I have the chance.
Yeah, in December especially, I hope.
All right, well, let's get to Firebird Frenzy, the segment that everybody's been waiting for. Mr. Goulet has a 60-second timer. If you're just joining us, these are this or that questions, so kind of your preparation, I guess you could say. Probably using the wrong word there, but for instance, vanilla or chocolate. So are you ready, Mr. Eckerly?
I'll try to be ready.
All right, go ahead, Santino. Get us started, Mr. Goulet. Get the timer ready. Here we go.
I feel like I'm on a game show or something here. What prize do I win?
No prize.
Oh, come on now.
It's all
What's
for giggles.
more interesting, World War I or World War II?
I have to say World War II because of the leaders, good and bad, because of the technology of the warfare, because of the strategy, and because of the overall nature and scope of the event. So with no disrespect to the Great War, the war to end all wars, World War II is fascinating.
All right, AMSCO.
I'm allowed to elaborate on every one of my answers.
I mean, I guess.
Are we on a timer also?
Yes.
Dave's going to have like an
We'll get to about
aneurysm.
3 items then.
All right. AMSCO or pageant? If you're wondering at home, these are textbooks that Mr. Eckerly will teach us history from.
Well,
the
4
man.
score and 7 years ago, David Spansky,
Can't tell any lies.
our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation dedicated to the proposition that all men. All right, AMSCO or pageant? Pageant tells the story better, but AMSCO gives the nuts and bolts better. So how about use both, especially if you're taking the AP exam in May?
Favorite Revolutionary battle? It's a good one, right?
It is. Yorktown.
Yorktown.
With Cornwallis's ignominious surrender and the fact that he wouldn't even come out and do it himself, that skeevy Brit. I've got to go Yorktown. It was Washington's coup de grace, and Washington lost as many as he won. But he won that one, and thanks to our fine feathered French friends who helped us with that victory, with de Grasse, with the Navy, and with Rochambeau. Let's go Yorktown.
Yorktown it is.
We'll end with one more just because the clock a little fast.
A little fast.
Just brief answer. Just want an answer. No explanation. Favorite president of all time?
I'm biting my lip and restraining myself from no elaboration.
Okay.
FDR.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The only four-time elected president. I have to give a little bit.
All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
Mr.
We're
Eckerly,
good?
so much.
Thank you,
That was
Mr.
great.
Eckerly.
Thank you.
That was actually a really good answer.
All right. I appreciate it. Yes, FDR is my favorite, too. And if you could guess why, it's baseball related. He was the first president of a night baseball game. So you can always guess it's baseball related. All right. Here we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Eckerly, for joining us. All right. Next up, before we get to Brandon Fay is going to join us for a trivia question. We want to just really quick. Oh, okay. Well, actually, my bad. I read the schedule wrong. Brandon Fay, everybody.
Brandon!
Just to put into perspective, today has been a crazy morning. We had a freshman meeting, which kind of took over the library, kind of our spot where we film. And it's also, like I said, spring break. Big
I know,
game
I was going
tonight,
to say
so-
spring break. And we got the big hockey game, too. So.
All right, well, Brandon, it's great that you can join us. But before we get to our trivia question, talk to us a little bit about your role in the Historical Society.
Yes, well, I was one of the founding members, along with Matt Hewitt and Tyler Jones, and we began the club in September of this year, which it started with an interest in compiling different exhibits and display cases. But that expanded to us holding seminars, having veterans events. We had very fortunate to have the father of freshman Peter Olson, Mr. Olson, come in and talk about his experience as a veteran. And now, as Mr. Eckerly mentioned, we're currently on a project to transcribe historical documents from the Clifton House, which is the site of the Battle of Germantown.
Okay, that's really fascinating, and I know that a lot of students are, should be interested in that because there's a lot of cool things that you can visit that maybe you didn't know was in your backyard, really. So
Absolutely.
really fascinating, and I even see you got an American flag phone case there, so
Yes.
you're really with the brand
Oh,
as the flashlight goes on. All right, so Brandon, announce our trivia question for the day, and he also has a prize with him, a special prize donated from the Historical Society. So go ahead.
Yeah. So the trivia question is, according to the personal memoirs of the former Provincial of the Holy Ghost Fathers, Reverend Eugene Phelan, George Washington is said to have held a council with his wartime officers on what would become Holy Ghost property. Which famous battle is he believed to have planned while at this strategic location overlooking the Delaware River?
All right, so everybody has, we'll actually give kind of until there's an answer because we want to give this prize away, of course, this time. So talk to us about the prize. Yeah, go ahead, Santino.
So what is the prize?
So the prize is as follows. So we have Tyrants. It's a book about history's 100 most evil despots and dictators, donated by Mr. Eckerly.
Wow.
Yes. In addition, we also have a book on American education. It's an early textbook from the 1950s, which is a good catalog of colonial history from 1607 to 1783, donated by Tyler Jones.
These are big books. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
As well
I
as
know.
one of the Mount Rushmore figurines, donated by the Historical Society.
Wow, that is fascinating. And they're on sale too, so if you do not win and you would still like to get one, you can purchase them, I believe, right?
Yes.
So yeah. All right, so we're going to give away one of them here. Do we have a winner? Anybody? In the chat? Okay, all right. Let me check really quick. So, all right.
So the people
all right,
checking.
so we do have a winner. Would you like to announce it? Who our winner is?
Yes, our winner is Matthew Hewitt with the correct response to the Battle of Trenton.
So
What was it? Say it one more time.
The correct response was the Battle of Trenton, when in 1776 on Christmas night from December 25th to December 26th, Washington famously crossed the Delaware, where he was able to capture and surprise about 800 to 900 British auxiliary soldiers from Hesse Castle.
That's awesome. And that
Yeah.
that later became on Holy Ghost grounds.
Property. Yeah.
Yes, it's believed he planned the battle, which we think it's around Spiriton Hall. He said to have planned it underneath a large elm tree, which we believe the tree in front of Spiriton Hall was most likely where he planned the battle.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, well, thank you so much, Brandon, Faye, everybody, for joining us here today.
Brandon.
And Matthew, we will get those prizes to you if you want to either contact Santino or I will get the Mount Rushmore and statue and the 2 books available. And also make sure to purchase the Mount Rushmore statue too. All right, Santino, it's time for announcements as we begin to wrap today up. I'll start with the first one here, if you will, and then I'll give you the middle one today. So forensics is still at it still. As Mr. McGee would like to say, their second national qualifier was this past weekend, and after 2 days of competition, senior Mike Georges and freshman Connor Kohler will be competing in Louisville, Kentucky this June. This weekend, the boys will suit up and compete at the state championship, so we wish them the best of luck.
I do want to point out those are 2 very strong competitors, Mike Georges and Connor Kohler. I'm very proud of those guys. But prom tickets are on sale now through March 31st, 2022. You can purchase them by clicking on the link below, or can send a check made out to HGP into the school attention of Miss Updike or Miss Doherty. We are looking forward to a wonderful night on the Delaware River.
Yeah, it's on the Battleship, New Jersey, so get your tickets. Mrs. Updike or Miss Doherty, you can get tickets from them. All right, last announcement for today is the spring auction. Starting this Saturday, we open bidding for the Holy Ghost Spring Auction. Join us in on the fun by going online to see the wonderful items up for auction that can be yours, like vacation rentals at the shore, custom-made Holy Ghost prep items, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and perhaps the best, Phillies tickets, golf experiences, and much, much more. Thank you for supporting our students and teachers. All right, Santino. Well, let's begin to really wrap it up with the question that we love to end it as.
Miss Carmine, what letter day is it?
Today is G-Day.
Perfect.
I love
Thank
that.
you.
That's
All
awesome.
right. Thank you, Miss Carmine. I really appreciate it. She recorded all of them.
Every
for us.
single one. I hope
So-
years after we graduate, they're still asking Miss Carmine what letter day it is.
All right, last thing I just want to say really quick. Dominic DiFrancesco wanted me to remind everybody that you can still vote for Music Madness. So if you're interested, kind of like March Madness bracket style, also Mr. Helsley, there is a March Madness school-wide bracket for Spirit and Cup points. You can fill that out there on all the Schoology pages. Let's finally beat Malvern tonight. at Iceline. It should be a wonderful time. And the Philly signed Kyle Schwarber, so it's going to be a wonderful day. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'm David Shapansky.
And I'm Santino DeRose.
Have a great day. Go Firebirds, everybody. Yeah.